1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey everybody, Deborah King Live, great to be with you today.
This train is bound for glory, this train is bound for glory, this train is bound for glory. If you ride it, you must be holy. This train is bound for glory, this train.
Don't pull no jokers, this train
Don't pull no jokers, this train don't pull no sleepers, don't pull nothing but the righteous people. This train is bound for glory, this train.
We are off to a great start, and we're delighted to be back with you. It's our first show of the fall. Actually, we were together just a weekend ago. We did a live concert here in Ojai and sang all cover songs. What fun that was. You can catch it next year at our next retreat. I never had so much fun, I got to say. And the things that I'm going to talk about today, I'm going to talk about the Akashic Records. I know that's a subject you're interested in because it has so much to do with your future. So you can actually dial in your future if you can connect to the Akashic Records, and I'm going to teach you how today. We'll go through the steps, and then we'll do a guided meditation, so it'll be really fun. You can call in right now, my little red phone. It's we'll throw the number up here. It's 888-DEB-SHOW, or if you're international, just come to deborahking.com/DEB-SHOW, and let's all close our eyes for a minute and just get really connected to guidance. So I want to call in all the great beings, every embodiment of your spiritual guidance, whoever you rely on. Could be a figure, a divine figure that you rely on, perhaps an ascended master, angels, ancestors, whoever you like to work with. Let's call them in so that we all come from a higher place today. And we will go to the earliest moments before the beginning of time and to the end of time, beyond the end of time. And so it is. Right. Now I want to introduce the band. So starting over here, we got Lois Mahalia, just holds this whole thing together. And, such a talented vocalist and arranger. I give our cameras a minute to pick up Lois. There she is. And right behind her, we've got Natalie Gelman. Natalie has a beautiful voice. I know you guys have really enjoyed hearing her. You might have noticed that she is with child, and this is her last show before her maternity leave. So we're all hoping it'll be a short leave. And right behind her, we have Sophie Holt, a brand new vocalist who's joined us. Yay, Sophie. Glad to have you, really. And behind her, we have Dahlia, one of our main singers, and it's just really has a beautiful high voice. It's just lovely to listen to. And over here on this side, our guys, we've got Jack Lee, our music director. What an illustrious history he has, by the way, with Jimi Hendrix and Tina Turner, and oh God, you could just keep naming them. And right behind him is JB. JB White has such a sweet voice, you guys. I love listening to it, and he really rocks out with his bass guitar. And then behind him is Lee Rolag, back in the day with, my God, Lee, the Roger Miller Band, right? And he really, I was listening to him yesterday. He can really play the guitar. I mean, it's pretty amazing, as well as a violin. And then David Telegian, just gorgeous sound on sax and flute and who knows what. And then last but never least, our man, James Antunes. Yay, James. Who's got quite the voice, quite the personality, and quite the drums. All right. Okay, let's sing our second song before we start talking about the Akashic Records.
1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you. Away, rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you. Away, I'm bound away across the wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I love your daughter. Away, rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I love your daughter. Away, I'm bound away across the wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I'm bound to leave you. Away, rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to leave you. Away, I'm bound away across the wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you. Away, rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you. Away, I'm bound away across the wide Missouri. Away, I'm bound away across the wide Missouri.
Hope you guys are singing along at home. You know, the lyrics are right there on Facebook and YouTube, and we love having you. We love sharing our lives and my garden with you on these every other Tuesday from now on, now that it's in the season shows. Okay. So, time to talk about Akashic Records. Let's do that now.
Okay.
So, the Akashic Records, what are they? How can they benefit you? How can you connect to them? You know, why should we do this? And then once you hear about that, we'll do a guided meditation. This is actually pretty important stuff for you. So, if you turn to the School of Theosophy, and I'll talk about it in a minute, but if you just go there, you'll find out that the Akashic Records, according to Theosophy, are a compendium of all world events from every thought, word, action, emotion, and intentionality, every intention that's ever stored, that's ever occurred in the past or in the present, or could occur in the future, or will occur in the future, in life and for every life form. It's a big record, right? It's huge. So they're encoded in a non-physical form on another plane of existence, not here on Earth. They're actually on the mental plane. I go there all the time to get information for you, about you, when you've requested it, when you've given me permission to seek them out. So they haven't been scientifically proven, but that doesn't stop us, right? They're beyond science. It wouldn't surprise me to learn that every other sentient being on the planet who's not saddled with as much culture as us can access them. I know the animals can. So you can too with practice. So now I'm going to back up and I'm going to talk about theosophy for just a second. It's called a religion, but it's more of a philosophy. It started in the 1800s, maybe 300 years ago it's U.S., okay? And they borrowed a great deal, though, from the Hindus, which is my field of study. They borrowed a lot from the Vedas. And they came up with this concept of an ancient brotherhood of spiritual masters, which we would call the ascended masters, right? I don't think there's any doubt that the theories of theosophy are correct. So theosophy teaches that the purpose of our life is spiritual emancipation, spiritual development. And they would tell us the human soul undergoes a reincarnation. They are believers in reincarnation. And they talk a lot about karma. So they promote values of universal brotherhood and sisterhood and social improvement. I would say beware if you try to study them today. The early teachings have become quite distorted. Isn't that true of just about every major body of thought? Is over time it gets distorted, right? So the most important teacher, in my opinion, from theosophy is Alice Bailey. She's written, it's either 32 or 33 books. I've read them all. She's hard to read, but oh boy, has she got the most dialed in content. And she says that the Akashic Record is like this immense a film, this huge body of film. And it's every desire and earth experience that has ever or will ever occur on the planet. Now, if you think about Edgar Cayce for a minute, he was big here, right? He's an American spiritual teacher that I've lectured on a lot, and will again, by the way, in 23. I'm going to talk about him and theosophy next year. He had an amazing ability to access the Akashic Records. He was really pretty much without parallel. And here's a way you can imagine them. I want you to picture yourself for a moment on top of a hill, not a mountaintop, but a hill that's about 1,000 feet high. And down below you 1,000 feet is this valley. And down in the valley, you can see a parade off in the distance. You can see the whole parade, right? From the first float to the last float. However, when you come down from the hill and you go stand on the street or sit in a chair on the street with all the other parade watchers, well, how much can you see there? Well, you see maybe 3 floats that way and 4 floats that way, and that's it. So it's the same parade, but from a different vantage point. So the Akashic Records are like the view from the hilltop, right? From source. And they see the whole parade, the whole procession, from both human and man's earliest days to the farthest point in the future. By the way, to digress for a minute, when I go to that plane and look, it is my sense that there is no beginning. It's endless, just like there is no end. But that's for another day. So there are a number of ways in which each of us can benefit from being able to access this record. I want to tell you, you can learn to do this. So here's a few of them, right? You can access the record to discern your life purpose, to learn about your karma, if it's helpful, to get victory over your limiting beliefs. That's always helpful, right? To uncover your highest potential. So many people ask me, what am I supposed to do? And you can uncover it. In short, you can heal physically, emotionally, spiritually, and enhance your soul's progression here on Earth. So we are all connected, each one of us, to every living thing. We're all connected energetically. We share the same vibrational energy with all those who existed before us and all those who will exist after us. We all came during the same moment when the cosmos burst into being, that's when our life form in its incipient state became a thing, okay? And so once you become attuned to this broad band of energy, you're in the records. Now, if you read the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, who's very interesting, and by the way, he had a degree in physics, he frequently speaks of the quantum field as a source of all reality. So this field is a bed of energetic expression that all matter, including us, is created upon. We're made out of it in every moment. We simply cannot be separated from it in any way. So if I put it another way, this is more maybe an easier analogy, you are not a drop in a big ocean along with everyone else. Instead, it's the other way around. The ocean is inside of you. You understand? It's literally inside of you, and you are the ocean in many respects. So that's why you can empathize and sympathize with every person that you see on TV, that you read about, that you learn of on the internet, you know, someone who's experiencing something that's sad or difficult. That's why you can relate. So, you know, this explains why there's a likelihood that we're so connected and that the records do exist. Now, Alice Bailey cautions us, and I would caution you, our human ego can derail this whole thing, and it will interfere with you properly accessing and consulting the record. Like, what else does it ruin, right? The ego ruins everything. Too many people have corrupted so much of what they've touched if it reinforces their power over other people. Sad but true. So in a minute, we're going to access the record, us together. Your record, we're going to access it. But let's take a break right now and sing a song.
Foe.
This is a song I know you're going to want to sing along with. This midnight special. Come join us, okay? It's fun.
Well, you wake up in the morning, you hear the big bell ring, you go and march her to the table to see the same damn thing. Ain't no food upon the table, nothing in the pan. If you say a thing about it, you'll get in trouble with the man. So let the midnight special shine its light on me. Let the midnight special shine its light on me. Let the midnight special shine its light on me. Let the midnight special shine its ever-loving light on me.
Now yonder comes Mr. Rosie. Now how in the world did you know? Well, I could tell by her apron and the clothes she wore. She got a paper in her hand now, umbrella on her head. She come to see the governor, get to free a man.
done. Better do what's right. You know you better not gamble there. Better not fight, or the sheriff's gonna grab you, and the boys will bring you down. And the next thing you know, boy, you're gonna be bound down.
Let the midnight special shine its light on me.
Shine a light.
Let the midnight special shine its light on me.
Hey,
Let the midnight special shine its light on me. Let the midnight special shine its ever-loving light on
Sweet. More about the Akashic Records now, okay? Meet you back there. So there's 5 steps that you can take to set you on the right track to accessing the Akashic Records. They're ones that you already know. So, and as soon as we've covered them, we'll go straight into a guided meditation and go there. So the first step is to divorce your mind from your personal identity in your body. Now, you already know how to do that, right? Because you meditate. If you don't, let me teach you. Because when you're done meditating, not during, because I've given you a mantra that you're focused on, but when you're all done, just sit there for a few more minutes in the moment. You're so quiet by then, right? You're dialed way down. You're somewhat in your superconscious, not as much in your body. And this is the best time to access the records. So the second step would be to align yourself with what you're in pursuit of. What's your big question for the record, right? And you take a moment and you recognize what you already know about the question you want answered, or the challenge you're facing, or the issue you're trying to come to terms with, right? And then you say to the guides, you say, well, you know, what would help me most to resolve this or to step forward with this, to move into this next space, right? The third step is you have to be receptive, right? You have to hear whatever comes. And when you align yourself in the present in advance with pleasant, affirmative sensations, that's what you'll get after. That's what you'll get. And if you're familiar with affirmations, for example, very same thing. So when you do an affirmation, as you know, you operate from a field of faith and fact. You say, this is a fact, even though your other mind thinks, well, it hasn't happened yet, but you say, this is a fact, and I am confident that this fact is true for me. Accessing the Akashic Records works just the same, in the same way as an affirmation does. So the answer will come via your subconscious, and you know, you'll either get synchronicities, or you'll get a flash of insight, or you know, the word will come to you somehow, as long as your brain could relinquish control and allow you to process all those possibilities that you hadn't thought of before. And then the fourth step is to increase your knowledge about the desired outcome that you're hoping for. So a large part of receiving information from the Akashic Records, I've noticed over the years, comes from your and my intuition. The best definition of intuition is realizing that you know something without knowing how you know it. That's it, right? And your intuition is connected to the records in some way. I'm not quite clear on how, but I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. So The only thing is your intuition is restricted to your lived conscious experience. So your ability to access the record is going to be similarly restricted based on the depth or lack of depth of your lived experiences. So your upbringing, in fact, may really get in the way, right? Because it may impose all kinds of limiting beliefs on your life and your beliefs. So I recommend trying to, open your mind like a parachute. You want it to be open all the time. So when you improve your knowledge base about whatever it is you're trying to achieve or seek, or a problem you're trying to solve, you're enhancing your access to the information in the Akashic record. And then this fifth step is a little bit the converse. It's let go. It sounds contradictory, but in fact, once you've enhanced your knowledge base, if you can just let go and let God, you're more likely to connect to the record and get the information that you're really seeking. It's very likely that Spirit will intercede to give you insights or solutions. And this is where you might get multiple synchronicities or flashes of insight. And you're doing something mindless like walking the dog or doing the dishes or taking a shower. That's when always the best insights come, right? When you've got your mind not active. So the bottom line is that the Akashic record does contain all the wisdom of the ages, all the information. It contains everything. I go there every time my guest says to me, can you answer this question? When I say to them, how can I help you? The moment they tell me, that's my permission to go to the Akashic record for them. That's where I get all my answers. That's where they are. So there's nothing new under the sun. Everything's up there stored. And to the same degree that you understand the problem you're trying to solve, it's more likely you'll get the answer out of the record. So with all that said, now let's do it, right? Let's access the record together. So here you want to close your eyes. Just take a deep breath. We'll go there together. So you're sitting in a comfortable position, hopefully in kind of a quiet place. Relax your body. Start with the top of your head, and we'll go down through your neck and chest, your arms, your hands, down through your fingers, down through the core of your body, down into your hips, your thighs, past your knees, down your calves, into your feet, right into the ground. Just you're so relaxed right now. And now imagine a blank screen right in front of you. You have your eyes closed. Just picture this blank screen. And you're in control of what comes on the screen. So visualize the number 12. Put it right there on the screen. And now let 12 fade out and see 11. And now let 11 fade out and put 10 there. And pull the 10 away and let 9 come on the screen. And then 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Just stay in this calm state now. This is a really good place to access the record. And now we're going to call in for guidance. So let me do that first for myself, calling in all the guides that I work with. You want to pick one. Could be a divine figure, could be one of the Marys, could be a goddess, an ascended master like the Christ light. Whatever works for you. Just pick one. Bring them right into your space. And now join me as we ask your guide to consciously support you and connect you with your higher self. That's your 8th chakra, for guidance and protection. And we'll ask this guide to stay with us throughout this whole process as we journey to the Akashic Records. Now, with your eyes still closed, picture a compass and take your attention to each direction. First we'll go east and then west, north, south. We'll also acknowledge above and below. Beautiful. Stay with me. We acknowledge the power of each of the compass points. And now take your attention to your heart. Just picture your heart. Imagine a beam of white light coming down from above, from your 8th chakra, a few feet above your head, down through your head, and down right into your heart chakra in the center of your chest. And have all that light just fill your body and surround you. And intend for it to go straight to the heart of the planet that we're standing or sitting on. Just using our intentionality. Now we're aligned with all the dimensions and all the levels and all the planes, and we're ready for communication. Now imagine that there's a light that it's like a pillar of light that surrounds you, and it turns into a spiral staircase, and we're going up the staircase together. And before us at the top is this hall of records. Beautiful building with white pillars made out of marble. Just go inside with me and look around. It's full of scrolls and books and tapestries and computer drives and other devices that look futuristic, perhaps made out of crystals, beyond our current technology. So there's different sections in this building. One has general information, and then there's one called the Living Record section. So your guide is here with you. Picture your guide again. Keep that image present with you. And hold whatever intention that you have in your mind right now for the information you're seeking from the record. And ask this guide to ask the record and wait for an answer. The answer may come later, may not come right now. If you're supposed to learn the answer to your question, it will come. Maybe tonight or tomorrow. Some information in your personal chart will not be revealed to you because they want us to learn our life lessons first on our own. So we're never given access to our total chart. So the information is so vast it would be overwhelming. So we're given what we're supposed to know. Your guide may again bring you a book or a scroll or send you an image on a screen on your computer monitor. It could be it could show up any way. You may simply know, you may hear it in your ears, guided by your own intuition. So you can ask about information in your current life, how best to use it, how to correctly access that information that's for your highest good. So again, let's wait a moment and see if guidance comes now. All right. And next, ask your guide for assistance to clear any negative energy that's interfering with you from possibly other times, other lifetimes. And now come back to your body. We come back down the spiral staircase. We ground our energy back to Mother Earth. And we're back. All right. Eyes open, and let's go sing another song. It's a special treat we have for you. This is a duet, Had to Be You, with Lois and Natalie. Go, ladies.
It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around and finally found somebody who could make me be true. Yeah, could make me be blue. Just to be glad, oh, just to be sad, thinking of you. Some others have seen might never be me, might never be cross or try to be boss. They couldn't do, for nobody else gave me the thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. Oh, for nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you.
Wow, what a treat for us all, right? Isn't that down nostalgia lane for sure, huh? Okay, let's go take calls on my red phone. See you there. Hi, this is Deborah.
Hi there. My name's Emily Smith, and I live in Woodhaven, Michigan.
Can you repeat?
How are you?
Can you repeat your name? I didn't catch it.
Emily Smith.
Emily. Hi. Thank you for calling, Emily.
Yes. Hi.
Hi. How can I help you?
Well, I had asked a question on our Facebook page of, I was wondering if you could tell if there's any trauma or blockages that might be holding me back from like my true potential, or is it just me? and I asked about spiders because I'm really arachnophobic, but they'll show up at times, like a lot. So that.
Yeah, I'm picking up a lot of anxiety in sort of in general, and I think I think what you've learned to do feels like for quite some time is to project it onto the spiders, and so they keep appearing either really or figuratively. But either way, it just makes you, I think, more anxious. You're in a loop.
Huh.
Yeah, you're in kind of a loop. And hey, we've all, at least I have, done this at some point in our lives. And I want to help you get out of that loop, okay? Because it's not a happy place to be, huh?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Are you meditating?
I am trying. I'm not very successful right now.
You don't have the
like last
time,
week.
or you're too anxious?
I'm not dedicating myself to it, and I don't know why I go through those stages because I love to do it, and I need to. I have been exhausted with teaching and trying to like keep my kitten going and healthy. But I
you know,
guess there's really no excuse.
your kitten will be so much healthier if you are.
Right.
You understand? You're quite
There's
related.
not an excuse.
Yeah, you're quite related. So I want to encourage you to go back to meditating. That's what's missing here. That's why you feel, to me, very anxious. And then doors will just open. They really will. Doors of information that you're seeking about what's next and, you know, your highest purpose. You're not blocked. You're just...
So you don't feel like any... Okay.
No, it's more... It's just plain old anxiety. And when we don't meditate, it gets so much worse. Doesn't it? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me pour you back
It
into
does.
that. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm glad you called.
Yes,
you
thank you.
take care.
Okay, thank you. You too.
Bye-bye. I hate to sound like a broken record, but really meditation is just such a key to everything. And what I've learned is that the old ways of sitting there and in silence, it doesn't work anymore. There's too much commotion in the universe. There's too many electromagnetic fields that are jangling around in our heads. Too much information is chaotic. So if I can give you your own personal mantra, it'd be the best thing to do. Hi, this is Deborah. How can I help you?
Hello, Deborah.
Hi.
Hi, this is Sasha. First wanted to thank you for the workshop you invited me to. I live in Ojai.
Oh, great, Sasha. Were you there? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you did the chakra testing on me.
Uh-huh.
And I just took because you said one chakra, you said it was strong, but I'm doing your level 1 course, and I related to the characteristics of it being weak. So does that mean it was weak in the past, but it's strong now?
You talking about your base?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Certainly feels very decent at the moment.
So did,
Well,
I mean, it was in the,
Sasha, our
But now-
our chakras can change with every emotion we have, so they go in and out all day long.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so you might have been pulled out of the earth and a little bit ungrounded because you were up in front of a bunch of people.
Well, actually, no, you said it was strong. It was good.
Oh, strong. Okay, I
But then
misunderstood you. Yeah, no, it's strong right now. So which one was weak?
Oh.
Are you saying one of them was weak?
Second one.
Huh? Were they all strong?
Number 2. Second was weak. Second was the only one that was really weak.
Uh-huh. That's so common with women, right?
Yeah, and it has been for, I think, a long time. I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't had it tested for years, but years ago,
Yeah.
an Ayurvedic doctor in India
Yeah,
told me.
yeah. And
it
again,
was.
they go in and out every moment. They can. They're not locked in
Yeah.
place. They're moved. Our emotional body, the emotions power the chakras. So if you have a strong,
okay.
if you have a strong emotion, it'll throw it go in the wrong direction or skew it in some other manner, and then it might come back.
okay.
And it often, if you meditate and go take a walk in nature, it often will just right itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you feel quite balanced actually, and.
Oh, well, you encouraged me to start meditating again, and
Oh,
I'm
did
not doing
I?
it
Oh, start today,
I am doing it,
Sasha.
and it
Start right
Okay, so
after the
thank-
start right after the show. Yeah.
Okay, I shall.
Yeah.
I had another question.
Uh-huh.
When you were, I just read your book, Seeking the Light, and in your 20s, when you were healed by an esoteric healer, was that a Christian Scientist?
No. No, it was it was a chakra-based gal.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. It wasn't clear when I read the book because you mentioned you've been studying science. So,
Well, thank you so much for calling. I'm delighted that you're here in Ojai. You're, practically kissing cousins.
ask
You're just
one-
down the street.
Can I ask? Yeah, one more quick question
Sure.
about meditation.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. If in meditation you see an image or you hear something, how do you know if it's a direction to follow or if it's just taking you back to the past?
Well, just go into your heart and ask. Use your intuition or into your gut. Maybe get your best answer there. Yeah, I think you'll know, Sasha. I think you'll know. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Very nice of you to call. You take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Kind of fun to have somebody right here in town. So, as Sasha mentioned, we had a live retreat here in Ojai, our big celebration after the pandemic retreat, after being out of commission for about 2.5 years. So awful not to be able to meet with you personally and work with you. I never had so much fun as I did at this retreat. And now we've scheduled a reunion, which is for my group of students that I dedicate a year to every year. We're having a reunion in the first week of December in Malibu at a retreat house. Can't wait. I love doing individual work with people. So I really missed it. I couldn't believe how much I'd missed it. Hi, this is Deborah. How can I help you?
Hello?
Hello? Hi. Hi. What's your name?
Z.
Z? Uh-huh. How can I help you, Z?
Well, I was just wondering if you had any messages or anything that came through for me.
What city are you in right now?
I'm in Brooklyn.
Uh-huh. New York? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The message I'm getting is that you're not quite connected to the earth. You feel a little bit disconnected? Are you doing something that makes you feel sort of earthy? I know you're in a big city with big high buildings, and that makes it harder.
Yeah, I just came from Mount Shasta from a hiking trip there.
But you flew
and
home? You flew home?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah,
little, the flight itself is a little ungrounding, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Are you meditating?
I'm trying to do it every day. There's some days where I do like 2 meditations. Some days I just do 1, or some days I miss it.
Yeah, I want to encourage you to try to dial it in every day. And, you just need 20 minutes to make it work. Of course, more is great, but 20 minutes is certainly adequate. And I would encourage you to get outside a little more, maybe go over and walk in Central Park, or, I don't know, do some yoga or Tai Chi or Pilates or something that gets you in your body. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to have you more in your body. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah, just be more present and aware in my body.
In your body, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You've got a lot of the vata quality, the air quality, from the Ayurvedic principles. And us air people, we have trouble staying in our bodies. So let me encourage you to, like you see me outside here in a garden, right? This is very embodied,
right.
and very, makes me really connected to the earth. And I know I've spent a lot of time in New York. It's very tricky there. Because there's so much the mental plane in New York is so intense. It's really hard to get out of the mental plane and get into the physical plane. So you have to kind of work at it, huh?
Yeah.
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 All right. Well, I'm glad you called, Z. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Uh-huh. You take
Have a good
care.
day.
Yes. We have time for one more? It is nice out here. Wow. This is this is heaven. This weather is heavenly. There's this little tiny breeze and Hi, this is Deborah. How can I help you?
Hi, Deborah. This is Deb. I have a question regarding. I feel like there's so
Deb,
many different facets.
just tell me where you are because I read better if I can place you on the planet.
Oh, okay. I'm in North Dakota.
Okay, go ahead.
I feel like there's so many different facets of spirituality that I would like to dive into, and I keep getting led in different directions. I just want to know it all, and I want to know it yesterday. And it's, sometimes it's hard to know where should I really be focusing.
Well, you're on the mental plane.
Mm-hmm.
But do you have a pursuit or a job that is pretty mental?
Yeah, I'm actually trying to sell that so that I can focus more on this.
Yeah, that thing you're trying to sell, it's very, you're very developed. This is not a criticism. You're very developed on the mental plane, which is actually a really good thing, except you're trying to develop your spirituality, and that's a different plane. So I'll tell you what I did when I was trying to develop that other side. I went into horses. Very right brain, right? Very intuitive, very physical, not at all mental. And I want to encourage you to do something like that. It could be music, it could be art, or it could be animals. Something right brain, and you'll balance out that. You have that strong mental organization, I can sense it. And then when you have both hemispheres working like that, you will be amazing. You will be. As opposed to reading spiritual stuff, I would do something more touchy-feely. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Do you have a pursuit like that? Do you like art or music or pets or?
I feel really connected to my cats.
Oh, lovely. Yes. Yeah, they're very much like that. Yeah, do that kind of stuff, Deb. And I don't feel like you need a lot of spiritual book learning. It feels like once you get out of your mental body, that's the third level of your field, you'll access other levels and it will just be there. You will already have it. It feels like it's already there for you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like the business that is listed for sale would be potentially selling soon?
I'm not getting an answer on that. I wish I were. I'm not here. It doesn't mean it won't. I'm just not being given the information. I went to the Akashic Record and they didn't answer that. See, they won't tell us everything. So for some reason obviously there is an answer. It's just apparently not the proper thing to provide. Maybe there's a lesson for you in, I don't know, patience. It's kind of feeling like.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're very logical, developed, and you have this big spiritual awareness that you can't quite access right now, but if you could get more involved with something that takes you out of your mind, that's why you see me singing. See, it takes me out of my mind. It allows me to plug into this vast force field that we're part of that surrounds us. Okay?
Okay.
All right, I'm glad you called.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you take care.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
I didn't tell Deb this, but she's gonna be a teacher of some kind in some sort of spiritual endeavor. We have time for one more? Sure. The Akashic Records right there. It's just right up here. It's right there. It's pretty easy to access. Hi, this is Deborah. How can I help you?
Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
Hey, Deborah. Thank you for taking my call.
Uh-huh.
I'm Diane from Seattle.
Hi, Diane.
Hi. I thought the meditation was beautiful, and I was so excited to ask about my purpose work. And then I got this very sharp pain in the left side of my neck and top of my shoulder, which I'm still feeling this tightness, and I'm wondering if you can help me with that.
It was on the top of your left shoulder?
The neck, yeah, the side of my neck and top of my shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Has something to do with you're a little reluctant to look at the answer. Mm-hmm. What are you currently doing?
Well, nothing right now.
Uh-huh.
I'm 65, and COVID took me out of my job, and I'm just recovering from an accident and wondering what's next. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like it's time to go back to something or something new, but not to wait any longer. But there's this, I'm picking up this little bit of reluctance. I think you're in that post-COVID thing we all experience where we were off for so long, it's hard to come back, right? And I'm going to encourage you to kind of throw yourself at it and get out there. In any way, get with people. If you've been kind of withdrawn, have you been withdrawn?
Yeah, a little isolated, I'd say.
Yeah, you feel lonely and isolated, and I want to encourage you to go do something with people. You know, it can be outdoors if you you're worried about your safety. But yeah, you know, like maybe hang out in the park or go down to the animal shelter and volunteer, something like that. Sort of get out of yourself and get around people. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got that COVID-itis thing that we all have had. Yes.
Okay. Thank you,
All
Deborah.
right. I'm glad you called. You take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. We have time for another song. You got to sing this one with us, okay?
1, 2, 3, 4.
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes.
When she comes,
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes.
when she comes,
She'll be coming round the mountain. Coming round the mountain. Coming round the mountain when she comes. She'll be driving 6-spied horses when she comes.
when she comes,
She'll be driving 6-spied horses when she comes.
when she comes,
She'll be driving 6-spied horses. Driving 6-spied horses. Driving 6-spied horses when she comes.
have another fun surprise here for special baby gift for Natalie.
All right.
Our friend Brian's bringing it on, and Natalie, you can ride it home. It's for the baby's room.
We love it.
Cool. Thank you, Brian. I had so much fun with that. I hate to part with it. It's been here a couple days, and I know that Puffy loves it too. Yes. So, hey, before we part, I just want to tell you a minute here about my master program, because it's an annual program. It's been going for, I guess, about 10 years. I only take 20 people. I have, I think, one spot left. It's deborahking.com/master if you're curious to check it out. If you're trying to go somewhere like the next level, I actually personally mentor these people, and I get them there, hook or crook. My God, you're going to your next level. Some people go several levels. It's pretty amazing, pretty amazing. That phone number, if you want to text, you can text. If you'll throw it on the screen for us, you guys, you can text 800-790-5785 and talk to somebody. All right, just text and say you want to find out about my master program. All right, so our next show 2 weeks from today, right? That's, when is that? Somebody tell me. That's September 20th? No, that's 27th.
27th, the
27th.
day after my birthday.
So same place, same time, pretty much same band. Hope to see you there. It's been great being with you. You take care.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. If you're riding, you must be holy. This train is bound for glory. This train. This train don't pull no jokers. This train don't pull no jokers. This train don't pull no sleepers. Don't pull nothing but the righteous people.